Okay, a while back I did Doomsday versus certain Marvel groups or Marvel individuals. And someone asked me if I was going to do more of them. So I decided I'd probably do ones like, the Fantastic Four, West Coast Avengers, groups kind of like that. Now, when I say Doomsday, I'm referring to Death of Superman Doomsday, not Hunter Prey Doomsday, where essentially every attack he would develop a defense against, and every defense he'd develop an offense for. Because if you pick that one, if Superman with weapons had a problem defeating him at the end of time, it would be difficult for almost any Marvel superhero to defeat him. Because if you hit him with a strong attack, he's just going to become stronger. So, this Death of Superman Doomsday, this is the barely intelligent version. Now, of course, I look at this from 7 perspectives. You have energy. That just stands for what is your distance game. Doesn't matter if you're using guns, technology, magic, mutant abilities. Anything that is a distance range attack. Fighting ability. Can you actually fight? Are you a punch kick guy, or do you actually have legitimate skill when it comes to fighting? Strength. This is your straight up, in close, I can punch you through a wall. Durability. How well can you take a hit? Some more like and vulnerability. That's how well you take a hit. Durability. How many hits can you actually take? What do you have in the way of recovery? Intelligence, as well as speed. Now, I actually weigh each individual point as entirely equal. So if you have, that means 4 to 3, more than likely the person with 4 would defeat the person with 3. If it's 5 to 2, it'll be a lot more of a cakewalk. In some cases, if it's people who don't have any sort of distance game, so all it's going to be is an in-close game, it could actually be 3 to 3. And it could be one of those fights where it's going to go just about either way. So that having been said, Doomsday versus the Fantastic Four. Now, the Fantastic Four are an absolutely fantastic team, hence the name. So you have Reed Richards, who essentially is elastic, as well as being a genius. Johnny Storm, Human Torch. You've got a guy who essentially becomes living fire. Very powerful attacks, can fly, as well as, depending on where he has minor control over other ambient fire sources. The Thing. This is essentially their group's tank. Essentially living rock. Great durability, even though he's had his face cut open by Wolverine before. Very good strength. Nice strength, nice durability, nice invulnerability. And then there's Sue Storm, by far the most powerful member of the team. Most people go, but she becomes invisible. No. She creates hard light force fields that are invisible. When she was a character known as Malice, she pretty much defeated the whole Fantastic Four by herself. In certain crossover events, she's actually killed other people by essentially making an invisible hard light spike and driving it through them. In other cases, she's done one of her classic abilities, which is she puts a dome around your head and you suffocate. So she can knock you unconscious pretty easily. So, you got those 4 versus the guy who was able to take out a Justice League as well as kill Superman. So let's go through this step by step. Energy. Doomsday has absolutely nothing in the way of energy projection. For the Fantastic Four, you've got Storm, you've got Johnny Storm, and Sue Storm. So the Human Torch and the Invisible Woman. So they can probably keep him at bay for a decent amount of time. Intelligence. You've got Reed Richards. There's probably a handful of people who are in his same league when it comes to being human. So they've got intelligence easily. Fighting ability. These guys have fought as a team for a ridiculously long amount of time. Speed. this edge goes to Doomsday. I've never seen any of them show any amount of super speed. Johnny Storm can fly pretty fast, but he's not going to be able to match speed with Doomsday. Strength. Thing is powerful, but Doomsday was able to beat up Superman and the Justice League. They had another heavy hitter on it, the Martian Manhunter in disguise as somebody else, as well as a Green Lantern. Durability. You've got everyone on Fantastic Four essentially recovers at a human rate. If Doomsday punches almost any of them, except for probably Thing and Mr. Fantastic, Mr. Fantastic should probably just bend first. But he can still be knocked unconscious. Same thing can happen with Thing. And the Human Torch, even when he's in fire, Doomsday could probably still hit him. And probably still end up killing almost anybody in one punch. So they lose it in durability and as well as in invulnerability. So that having been said, Doomsday actually is a 4-3. I feel probably thinking, but Reed could do. Yes, I try to pitch these fights with very little prep time. Because if you have prep, it doesn't matter who's fighting who. You could always come up with some sort of way to defeat your opponent. Could it be entirely possible that during a fight in Fantastic Four and Doomsday, Thing is able to kind of hold off Doomsday for a long enough period of time for them to combine and hit him with, a Nova burst, which is like hitting somebody with part of the sun. Could Sue Storm probably lift him into the air and encase him in a dome, removing leverage? Could they keep him off balance long enough for Reed Richards to go, okay, what I'm going to do? I'm going to find out what makes him tick. And be like, well, he's nourished with solar radiation. Okay, if I take a radiation draining device, can I siphon enough energy from him to defeat him? He's been getting energy for thousands of years. It'd be kind of tough to do just something like that. Could it be, what I'm going to do? We're gonna see if we can wear him down, and then see if we can wrap in adamantium chains and shoot him off into the sun. Yeah, there's always some sort of way that you can defeat your opponent. But it's also like that's the Deus Ex Machina sort of way. Could it be really easy that Fantastic Four gets defeated, and then Franklin decides to manifest his reality warping powers, and then just shutting Doomsday off into a distant reality, while at the same time bringing his family back? Yeah, he could probably do that too. Could the fight get started and then Mr. Fantastic goes, oh man, I'll make one quick phone call. You have reached Doom. Doom, I really need your help. Uh-huh. What do you need, Reed? We're fighting something that kind of is like if the Hulk had bone spikes. And you probably have a Doom bot somewhere nearby. Could you use it and just kind of help us out and get some data from it? And then could you use either one of your, time shunting devices, mutant power canceling out devices, magic. But yeah, this is just essentially if the Fantastic Four were to be out in New York and all of a sudden, whoop, there's Doomsday. Would Reed have enough time to gather enough, intelligence to be able to come up with a way to defeat him or to at least weaken him? Maybe, maybe not. Because, Doomsday is going to give you maybe a few minute long window. That's it. And it'd be kind of hard to, while fighting a creature you've never fought before, in a matter of a few minutes, formulate a plan, create the device you would need, and then have time to hold them in a spot long enough to use said device. So, with all those things considered, yes, Fantastic Four could, in some way, shape, or form, defeat Doomsday. But in a straight-up fight, you know, they're going to be able to keep themselves surviving for a longer period of time, but Doomsday is just almost too much. You know, Thing's going to be able to hold them at bay for a while, probably while Johnny Storm is, scorching the earth around him. But as soon as Thing falls, that's going to be hunting them down and defeating them. I'm pretty sure Sue can make an amazingly powerful shield. But against what Doomsday can do, the shield's going to hold up for a decent amount of time, but he's going to get through it. She might try to do it, I'm going to suffocate him. He's got almost no nervous system and really doesn't require air. If anything, it'll confuse him for a little while, but that's going to be about it. So they're going to be able to keep him off balance, but they're not going to be able to put him down. So if I had Doomsday versus Fantastic Four, Doomsday, as an inevitability, unless Reed comes up with some sort of crazy scheme to get rid of him, will defeat